NFL free agency has started, and it's been the wildest we've ever seen so far. There's been signings everywhere. The Patriots have made a bunch of calls, and we're seeing what's going on here at SOS. Here at SOS Discussion, we're discussing what's our best signing so far. I'm going to start with Mia.
I'm kind of torn between three. First being Dak Prescott returning to the Dallas Cowboys. I think Dallas got that right. If you want a quarterback, as a general of your team right now, you had no other option but to go with Dak right now. Nobody else is coming into this offense and running this show the way that Dak came in and ran the show. And so Dallas got that right. Secondly, Bud Dupree to the Titans. I didn't see Pittsburgh letting him get away, but I guess that torn ACL kind of ruined things at the table. Maybe he was asking for too much money or something. I don't know, but I didn't see him exiting Pittsburgh right now. We saw how that defense went under once he was injured. They had other key injuries, but Bud was a key factor in why that defense didn't look the same. And thirdly, Aaron Jones going back to the Packers. The Packers have a really good running back situation going on right now, with two to three good running backs. And so I think bringing back Aaron Jones kind of solidifies that for them.
Me, myself, you guys might laugh at this pick, but this is one pick that I feel like could change the game, okay? It's Andy Dalton going to the Chicago Bears, okay? Now, let me dig deep into this, okay? We all know Dalton's no special quarterback. We know he's not great or anything like that, okay? But we do know the man is proven to take teams to the playoffs every so often at the least, okay? So when you talk about the Chicago Bears and that defense they have, we're talking one of the best defenses in which the NFL has to offer, okay? Now, what was their problem? Their problem was they had a quarterback in Mitch Trubisky who was not a great quarterback, who is still rookie-minded. He's no veteran quarterback. I think we can all agree upon one thing. If you had to pick between Andy Dalton and Mitch Trubisky to win you a ball game, I'm gonna have to go with Andy Dalton, okay, to win me a ball game, because I've seen it over and over. So I'm just gonna leave this short. I got Andy Dalton being the best free agent pickup so far.
Man, look, man. I like this guy's passion. Okay, now I'll tell you the truth. If it was me and you was telling me it was Mitchell Trubisky or Andy Dalton who I got to pick to win the game, I'm gonna tell him to hand it off to the running back. But that's just me. That's just me though. But no, you're right. People forget that Andy Dalton took the Cincinnati Bengals to the playoffs a bunch of times. They didn't convert it, which is why they forget about it. But yeah, that's it. That's interesting. That was a curveball. But I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna stick with the theme of quarterbacks, so to speak. I look at it and I say, Deshaun Watson, he wants out of Houston. He's been running around for his life for years. Russell Wilson, his main gripe with the Seattle Seahawks is the fact that they don't give him enough protection. You look at Joe Burrow, who was coming off of his rookie season that was cut short because of an injury, and he had a weak offensive line. What I'm trying to say is that bad offensive line play can plague a quarterback, no matter how great they are. So like a smart organization, the Los Angeles Chargers went out and picked up the best center in the league in Corey Linsley. He's a guy who's an all-pro player. He has one of his ex-teammates from Green Bay and Brian Bulaga over there. And now they have a ways to go. But they understand that we have Mike Williams, we have Keenan Allen. Yeah, they lost Hunter Henry, which I think is going to be a blow. But we understand that they have talent on the outside. Now they're looking, it don't matter, worth nothing if we can't protect our quarterback. I don't care how good you think Justin Herbert is. They needed to get somebody to protect him. They still need some more guys. But Linsley is a great first step. That's my personal favorite one, and it ain't sexy. But I'll tell you right now, it can make or break you. I don't care how good it looks. Bad offensive line play can make or break you. Point blank, period.
Now I'm gonna keep this on the line that Abdul said it on. It is a QB free agency right now. So I'm gonna ask the question: Mitch Trubisky or Andy Dalton? I'll preface this. Mitch Trubisky has a positive record with the Chicago Bears. Mitch Trubisky isn't the best quarterback in the league by any ways, but Andy Dalton ain't either. That's my opinion. And I feel as though, they shot high for Russell Wilson, but then they shot really low for Andy Dalton. I don't know, my opinion. Mia, Darren, what's your thoughts to Abdul's opinion?
Go ahead, Mia. I'll let you take it first.
I mean, looking at what Andy did with the Cowboys last season, I don't know. No. I'm not sold there. I might have to try Mitch out and just see. They're gonna have to do it out. I don't know. Like Darian said earlier, I'm giving the ball to the running back.
But me, whew, if you putting the pressure on me, I think I might take Mitch, but I think that Andy Dalton is the smarter signing. I think Mitch is going to try to ask for a little bit of money, a little bit of more security. Not a lot of money, but a little bit more money. They gave Andy Dalton, I think, an up to $10 million contract. So there's going to be some incentives he has to hit. And Andy Dalton, there's quarterbacks who know that they're coming in to be a bridge. I think Andy Dalton is full aware. Mitch Trubisky wasn't trying to come back to be a bridge. And today's 316. So when I say he ain't coming back to be the bridge, that's the bottom line. And just to quote my guy Stone Cold, because it's Austin 316 day, and I told my sister that I would show love on Austin 316, and I'll put that in there. So that one for you.
Definitely going to be interesting to watch. I don't know what's going to happen with Mr. Trubisky or Andy Dalton in the Chicago Bears uniform. Still has some competition with Nick Foles. We'll see what happens with that. Definitely see what happens with the rest of the QBs that are free agents right now. We still have so much free agency to unfold. And we'll see what happens. You in the comment section, tell us what you think was the best signing so far in free agency. We'll see you next time at SOS Discussion. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Welcome to SOS Extras, where our analysts get 1 minute to get their hottest takes off their chest. I'm going to start with me. You have 1 minute.
All right. So earlier this week or past week, Shannon Sharp alluded to Drew Brees being an overachiever. And some factors for Shannon was his height and his lack of mobility or athleticism. Now, to me, I can see arguments on both sides of Drew being an overachiever, or for those saying that he's not an overachiever. To me, though, however, we're talking about a guy who threw for over 3,000, over 3,500 yards his senior year in high school, over 3,000 yards his final 3 years in college. So he was groomed to be a successful quarterback in this league, and he did just that. Again, as I said earlier, nothing to hang his head about. But I don't know if he's the overachiever that Shannon Sharp was trying to allude to based on height and athleticism. The likes of Tony Romo, somebody who wasn't supposed to make it to this stage, and let alone be good at it, that's who I would consider an overachiever.
Abdul, what you got?
Oh, man, everybody knows I'm a big King James fan, LeBron, greatest of all time kind of guy,
I'm talking about.
We got to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The Los Angeles Lakers are in trouble. Okay, you got James Harden running the league right now. First of all, I got James Harden as the league MVP, not Embiid, not LeBron. Okay, the way Harden has ran the Brooklyn Nets ever since that man touched that team, it's like they're a whole new team. If they can play defense, I'm here to tell you, with Anthony Davis being in the slums, still injured, we don't even know when he's supposed to come back. For God's sakes, they said AD's supposed to be back in about 2 weeks, an extended 2 weeks now. Okay, so we just don't know what's going on with AD. But I will tell you this, they better get their act right, because they are in trouble and they're gonna need him in order to beat the Brooklyn Nets in the NBA Finals. That's my take, baby.
Woo, Darian, what you got?
TS, you. I thought you knew. I just gotta show love to my alma mater, because for the first time since 2018, they won the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Shout out to Coach Johnny Jones. Shout out to them seniors. I wasn't there this year. I didn't get to show love and show up to the games, but it's always love and spirit. I was able to watch some of the SWAC tournament. That guy, the weatherman, I mean, he had a dagger in the semifinals, and they came out and they beat the rival PV in the finals, and I was just immensely proud. I just want to show a lot of love to my alma mater. They go into the tournament. They got a play-in game against Mount St. Mary, and I just think, when you see these HBCUs going into the tournament and having to play in, regardless of how it is, they get there. I'm just super proud, and I'm thankful that was my alma mater. Shout out, much love to y'all Tigers. You know what it is.
Now I'm gonna do mine dedicated to the Dallas Cowboys drafting somebody with the 10th pick. Here's my opinion, and this is my shout out to Jerry Jones. Please pick Kyle Pitts if he's there. If he's there, he's a generational talent. He's the next Travis Kelce. He's probably not there. But if we do get to number 10, please take Caleb Farley instead of Surtain. We know Surtain is the safe pick. We understand he's going to be good the first year. But I think Farley has the potential of being one of the greatest cornerbacks we've seen from this draft class when it comes to his ceiling. We know the floor is there for Surtain, but we know the ceiling is out of this world for Farley. Please make the pick. You know, we can trade back and get Horn and get somebody else, but please don't pick Surtain. I don't like the safe picks. It's coming from the same guy that wanted Manziel instead of Zach Martin. I was tripping, but make a splash. I just like getting happy. I was happy last year with CeeDee Lamb. Make a splash. But that's SOS Extras. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.